So, like, on the real, I want to write you a letter, but I am way too fucking comfortable. This is a hammock. Do you see this? I am cocooned. In perfect temperature. Wrapped in pillows and blankies, and I love you. But I don't really want to sit up and... My handwriting is fucking terrible. You know that? But I do want to take seriously, your therapist's suggestion, about telling you, it's more or less writing you a letter, but, in this case you get to see my beautiful face, and, we could talk, I guess this way. It's better looking this way than my handwriting. This is better looking than my handwriting, we know this. I assume your letter is the purpose of the letter is for me to tell you how I feel about you and what you bring to my life. Aside from incredible handsomeness, which I'm not sure you fucking understand, but you're easily one of the hottest trans men I've ever seen in my life, and I'm fairly certain that so long as I did not tell a heterosexual woman that you were a trans man, if I have you would beat out all competition. So if that is at all your goal, I want you to know that you are extremely fuckable. For those who are pansexual and, like what they like good looking people, you are so fucking good looking, people would fuck you 6 ways to Sunday. I would fuck you 6 ways to Sunday, except that I have this strange emotional connection to you that makes it, hard to have sex with you. I can't. I love you too much. And that seems weird to me, because I'm so sex positive, but, there's this barrier of love, of platonic love that keeps me from fucking you. But let me tell you that everything else in the world about you, if I could take away that blockage, I would fuck you 6 ways to Sunday. So I hope that you really don't have any self-image issues about that. I don't really know what's going on with you. I'm gonna stick with the positive, and then I'm gonna move to more complex things, and then I will come back to the positive, because there's so many positives about you, but I assume this is a conversation. When you first came out as trans, I really hope that you know that I really, I didn't give a fuck in many ways. The fact that you were trans didn't mean, didn't destroy my life. I was happy that you had found, we'd had this conversation once, in your apartment many moons ago when we were just young, stupid people, and I was dating Nancy, and I was madly in love with her, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But we had a conversation in your kitchen. We talked a lot about gender, and I've always been supportive of you being more, authentic. I remember that your bedroom was pink and fuzzy, and I don't think you have, a personal distaste or some strange rejection of the color pink, but, it ain't your color. It's not your favorite color. It just seems strange, it'd be like if someone inundated me with, the color indigo. Well, I actually might like indigo. I'm trying to think of another let's go with the orange. Which I was inundated with for 4 years with you. It'd be like if everyone tried to give me something orange. It's orange is a good color, but it's not my color. And I knew that our moms are a lot alike, so I made sure that I wanted you to have bedding and a room that really felt like you were at peace, and that was authentic to you. So just to touch on that, I want you to know that I have always sincerely wanted that for you. I just knew when I walked into your room that it was just not... It wasn't you. It was your mom. And, she's... I understand the complexity She feels affection for you. I think she wants you to have a good life. I don't think she wants you to suffer, but I don't think that she loves you. And after Nancy, and not just because of Nancy, I don't want this to sound like this is all Nancy's fault and only Nancy ruined my life. Although she did ruin a huge portion of it. With my grandparents and my parents, it was very confusing, it's still very confusing to most people, to figure out what love is, to define love, because it's a very common, instance that, I know you know in particular, people get punched in the face and they get told, I punched you because I love you. Obviously that's not love. And there are plenty of other similar things that don't involve punching people in the face that are unhealthy or not good for the person. And so I spent a lot of time, especially since I decided to continue to pursue this career in sexology and counseling and marriage and family work. Do you see I still have Blanky? I decided that not only for myself but for my clients, I needed to be clear and define what love was to me, and how I would know that I was loved. And so I defined love, and continue to define love as the seeking out and the attempt to ensure the safety and the happiness of the other person. Now, whether or not that is achieved is a different story. I believe Anne Frank's father loved her. I'm sure he did everything he could to try and make her happy and safe. Outside circumstances intervened. So for me, that's the definition of love. If you're looking out for the happiness and the safety of another person, then you love them. And I think that that kind of fits across the board. Certainly you can feel a variety of different types of love. I mean, obviously I don't have to sit here and lecture to you. We literally have the same degrees. But just so you're clear, I have always loved you. And me getting you all that, getting you the dinosaurs for your ceiling and making your room a little more, Lucas-y, that was my way of trying to show you that I loved you. Obviously I'm not physically near you, but I still love you. In addition to that, I have... Oh, now look at me get all cryy. See, look at this. Now I'm all filled with love and emotion. Fuck you. I didn't want to feel emotion. I just want to be a stone butch that feels nothing. That's not possible, though. Leslie Feinberg ruined that for everybody. I have let you... Look at me. Do you want to see how cool I am? By the way, this totally awesome hammock, it comes with a cup holder so that I can deflect from my feelings for a moment, but, yoink, handkerchief. Look at me. I'm prepared for all situations. To do it with style and finesse. So there's a period when you came out as trans that is not unusual, and I really hope you don't feel ashamed. But you needed to figure out what kind of man you were and are. I think you're still a little bit on that journey, to be honest. Because I haven't talked to you much. Periodically. I do my best to try and leave you little messages so that you know that I'm still here and I'm still thinking about you, and I'm ready for you whenever you are. We kind of already talked about this, but the thing was, when we were young, in Titletown, fucking getting wasted and making out with Ian Randall on a regular basis. So when we did, well, I don't know how you felt about your sexual attraction to him. I did not have much sexual attraction to him, but hey, it was a good practice. You were my butch buddy. I didn't have anyone else like me. So when you transitioned, I lost that. And I missed that. I missed that connection we had. But I gave you space. Because you needed it. Because I loved you. And I still love you. You're my friend that goes off on a hike up the Himalayas to find yourself, and I want you to find yourself. I want you to know who you are. I want you to love who you are. And I want you to be your most... Jesus Christ, I had the most stuffy nose in the fucking world. I want you to have the most authentic life possible. I want one day, which I hope is very, very far in the future, for you to be on your deathbed and regret nothing. And I will do... Now look at me. I know you're crying too because you're watching this. We're pretty much the same fucking person. But whatever I can do to ensure that you have the most safe, happy, and authentic life that you can possibly have, I will do everything in my power to make sure you have that. This is what happens when you have ADHD and you don't feel like writing, you just cry into your phone camera. I don't know what people did before this. I guess avoided things. God, that was sexy. And I let you have your space and the silence that you need to contemplate and come to understand yourself. But if you ever need help navigating that, I never left. I never left. I let you go. And that hurt for a long time. Because I missed you. You weren't my best friend. And it meant... You don't get to hear this, but... You were a tremendous part of the reason I left Nancy. And now... I can't talk with that handkerchief over my mouth. What am I thinking? And that was super painful for, a lot of reasons, most of which have jack shit to do with you. But you reminded me that I deserved to be safe and happy too. And look at me. I'm as safe and happy as I could possibly be. And I'm at my dream school, pursuing my dream career. I struggle a lot with people working with me on helping me maintain my mental illness, but I don't feel ashamed of it. I don't really feel ashamed of myself anymore. And that took a lot of personal work, but you pushed that boulder down that hill. And that doesn't mean nothing to me. And I don't know why I'm attributing this to you. I can't remember a specific conversation. But I stopped with Nancy around the time we started talking again. I stopped trying to be happy. Because I figured out that was a fool's errand. So many people are like, oh, pursue happiness. You know, that's not realistic. I'm sure, you know, again, let me bring back the Holocaust. I'm sure Anne Frank tried to be happy. But she really couldn't be her authentic self. And so, because of you, I began pursuing being an authentic person and pursuing authenticity rather than happiness, the kind of happiness they sell at Bed Bath & Beyond, you know, with those fucking signs. I know you're the kind of person that needs to withdraw and think. You need to reflect. To know what you want and what you need. And I do not resent you for that at all. Because I want you to have the most fulfilling, most authentic, and certainly the most safe life you could possibly have. I'm not telling you I'm not telling you this to brag or to, like, make you feel guilty, but, when you went septic, and I happened to be in town, god damn Gainesville, I don't know why they fucking stopped running the buses, but the minute I knew you weren't okay, I walked 3 hours in the rain. And to be honest, it wasn't even torture. I barely remember it. I just know I walked 3 hours in the rain. But I did it because the driving force of it for me was I didn't want to miss the chance to show you that I loved you. Because if you had died, I would want you to know that. I know you're so much better now, but I know being trans leaves you with very few people to be there at your bedside, but I will be there. If I'm not already dead first. Not that we're in a race, so I'm not in a race to die. And I had a strange moment with Nancy where I was very angry with her when you went septic. It's probably about 2 weeks after you were released out of the hospital. And she really made your near death about her. And she was so mad at you for not allowing her to take care of you. And it was for the stupidest, very selfish, wanting to wear a badge that said, Lucas's #1 superhero, And I got in a big fight with her about that. Because what she was doing was not about you. It was not to make you feel better. And I yelled at her. I said, "How could you possibly think you can show up and help him process this? This is just something that you have to go sit on a bench and think real hard about your life." And I was mad at her for not coming to see you, because she'd rather have made $15 more an hour putting groceries on a shelf. And I gotta tell you, I showed up late to work next day and I said, sorry if you gotta fire me, but my friend nearly died last night and I wasn't not gonna be sitting next to that bed. And that will always be the case. There is no job. There is no woman. There is nothing that is more important to me than your safety and your happiness. And whatever I can do to care for you, I will. However you need that to be. And you bring so much you bring so much joy to my life. I miss you a lot when you're gone. But I don't resent you for it. But when you're around, I feel more whole. It's good to have my friend back. And You go on as many adventures as you need. You take all the time and space you need in life. But don't you ever hide from us. Specifically me. Dude, I saw you septic and, like, leaking fluid. You're out of, like, if you're trying to maintain that image, it's already gone. But even still, if I could remove the platonic block there, I would fuck you 6 ways to Sundays, and I saw you leaking infectious fluids out of your body, so, you know, and you've wiped snot out of my face with your bare hands, so I think we're square. I imagine this is what your therapist wanted. I don't know. Generally, I don't know what's going on in your head. Don't you ever think I don't love you. And that I don't want you. And that I wouldn't. That I wouldn't be completely devastated to lose you. So I hope that answers your letter question. Hope that hope that accomplishes what you were going for there. You know, you're a man of many strengths and many beautiful good looks. And, shit, I love you more than my own brother. And it really hurt. And I really missed you. You know, when you went through your little second adolescent phase. Like, I couldn't even be mad. Like, I knew what you were doing. Fuck, I was writing papers about it, so, but, I used to sit on the edge of my bed and cry. Because while I didn't care that you were Lucas, I missed the friendship I had with Olivia. I don't even think of you of that as Olivia anymore. Please don't take that way. But just as a reference in time, a marker. Super sexy. You think I should post it on the internet? It was hard, but I knew you were gonna come back. And I waited every day. And you did. I think the most hurtful thing that ever happened out of that, just to get that out in the open, was, you forgot that we were getting the same degrees and graduating at the same time, and, you had a graduation party for you and everyone else in our graduation class, but not me. But that was in the thick of me missing you. I don't think you're like that anymore. I think we've even had a kind of like a small conversation about that where you apologized. But to round out this visual letter, it doesn't matter. That was little shit. And we're gonna grow old and do more stupid little shit. And I will always love you. And I do love you, and I will do whatever you need to make sure you feel safe and happy. and fulfilled. Okay. Alright, now I'm done crying like a fucking 15-year-old girl, alright? Like, I'll soak this fucking thing. I will talk to you later.